How you doing, guys, and welcome to my channel. Now if it's your first time here, please hit that like and subscribe. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. Now today I'm having a look at the Mondo Toys The Thing, R.J MacReady, from the 1982 movie, directed by John Carpenter, starring Kurt Russell. Now I have a couple of other Kurt Russell figures from John Carpenter movies, so I am actually going to do a bit of a three-part here on these. I have Snake Plissken from the 1981 movie Escape from New York, and then I have the Jack Burton figure from the 1986 movie Big Trouble in Little China. All Kurt Russell, all John Carpenter, as I like to call them, Carpenter's Russells. So without further ado, I suppose we will get into the accessories. Actually, guys, as a matter of fact, I will take a quick look at the box itself for the thing. And just taking the lid off there, or the slip cover off there, you can see we have a doorway there to replicate the doors of the building that they're in the movie. And then when you open up the doors there, you can see it has some fantastic pop-up there, just like the 80s. Any of you youngsters watching there, pop-up books or magazines were quite popular back in the 80s. I haven't seen one since I was a teenager, but the box here really replicates something from the 80s, and it looks, to me, it looks amazing. It looks great. It's a great looking box. I hope it's picking up okay on the camera there, because there is a lot of light reflecting on that. So yeah, just giving the box a twirl there. On the side there we have The Thing written on R.J MacReady and some barrels, and then on the back there we have some details about the figure. I'll just zoom in there and you can pause that there if you want to have a read there. Basically some details on the sculpt and the artists and bits and bobs there. I've never opened this. This is my first time opening it, guys. Just received it yesterday. So I'll just open up the box there and slide him out, if I can get him out without any hassle. And there we go. So there's pretty much how he looks when you take the packaging all out, guys. So yeah, moving on, we will have a look at his accessories. And here we have all of the accessories that come with the Mondo Toys MacReady figure. Just starting off with the head sculpt to get it out of the way, because I do have trouble with focusing on other items when the head sculpts are in frame. So just a quick look at it there. We will get into it in more detail a bit later on, but I do like to call this sculpt the Frosty MacReady. So moving on, starting from left to right in my usual fashion, we'll have a look at his gloved hands. Fairly simple mold, I suppose. They are completely movie accurate, and they do have all the, you know, the moldings in all the right places. You can see there is a bit of dry brushing on them there as well, which is a nice little feature, a nice little attention to detail. Then we have some hands. We have some gripping hands and we have some trigger hands, and he also has some closed fists on the figure itself. Just taking a closer look at the hands, they are very, very pasty, very pale flesh tone, which, if you're in the Antarctic, your hands are going to be very pasty. Yeah, and they look cold and pasty. They're fairly simple. There is a bit of speckling on them, but they are a fairly simple mold. Not the best mold in the world, not the most detailed mold in the world, but they do the job. And then moving on, we have his shotgun, his 12 gauge shotgun. The wood effect on it looks really, really nice. I really like the wood effect on it. It is one complete mold. There we go. It is one complete mold. Look at that wood effect. It looks really nice, guys. And there is a little bit of, I don't know if that's deliberate, that little bit of black on it though, but it adds to it. You can see the mechanism doesn't work. There is no pump action on it there. There is a bit of wash put into the creases there. Looks quite nice. The dry brushing on it there as well. And like I said, that wood effect is really nice. But unfortunately, there is no mechanism working on it. But not the end of the world. And then we have his revolver. Again, the wood effect, the grip on it looks really, really nice. This mechanism here, the rolling of the barrel for the rounds, doesn't work. doesn't, I think it's supposed to, but it just doesn't. It's very stiff. But you can see the handle there looks really nice, and the wood effect, and just, yeah, really nice. But no weathering on the actual receiver end of things, just a plain blob of black, unfortunately. And then moving on, we have his flamethrower pack, I suppose you'd call his flamethrower backpack. Very nice mold, absolutely fantastic mold. Really, really nice attention to detail. You can see there's some chipping in it. It's got some battle damage. It's got chunks taken out of paint. It's got some dry brush now. It's got all the details, all the hoses in it there that run up into this piece here, and then run up to the actual firing mechanism. All really, really nice. And then around the back we have the flat panel here, and these bits here that are supposed to be string or rope, they are actually molded in. And then we have the strap to go over his shoulders, securely fitted in there as well. And this piece here is completely rubber, guys, so it's extremely flexible. It goes any which way you want. And then we'll have a look at the money end. You can see there that it is, again, very much so movie accurate. Some great attention to detail, some lovely chipping and dry brushing and that done on it, and it looks, absolutely looks the part. Looks really, really nice. And oh yeah, just the last piece there is the flame effect that comes with him. Now it's very, very heavy. It's very heavy. I can't see it working on the figure without knocking the figure over. Maybe with the waist grabber on, I suppose it'll hold him up, but he doesn't have ratcheted joints either, guys, in any limbs, so I can't see him holding this up. Just popping it in there where it's supposed to go, you can see how it's supposed to work. I think I've got it upside down there, but you can see how it's supposed to work, guys. Just very, very heavy. Not bad overall, but I have definitely seen better flame effects. Definitely seen some better flame effects out there, guys. But there you have it anyway. That is the flame effect that comes with him. There could have been a bit more paint put on that, I think, to make it more realistic looking, but it's not an accessory I think I'll be using anyway. So there we have it, guys. There is all of the accessories that come with the R.J MacReady. So moving on, we will have a look at the figure itself. And here we have our R.J MacReady straight up as he comes out of the box. Now, straight off the back, guys, me personally, I'll just give my pan down, I suppose, and back up again before I mention what I was going to mention. And if anybody can spot it there, I'm not sure. His arms, to me, are a bit short. He's got a bad dose of Matthew McConaughey arms. I know this looks odd, but if I just measure up from his crotch to his arms, most people have longer arms that go further down than that, guys. Most people now. I think Matthew McConaughey doesn't, but apart from him, most people have longer arms than that, which is a bit of a letdown. But punching in, we'll have a look at his boots if I can get focused. Completely one piece mold, guys. Yeah, completely one piece, which we all know completely restricts articulation. There's absolutely no articulation in them whatsoever. As you can see there, it's a really tough plastic as well, so there's no give in them whatsoever. You can see the lace there is a separate piece of the mold, which gives a bit of depth and looks really nice. I like that. I like the way it's done. There's a nice bit of rippling in the mold as well to make them look like they're creased, and you can see there that there is a bit of heavy weathering on the front of them there and on the sides, which is really nice. The mold of the laces, you can see running up the boot there, is deep enough. It looks nice enough, and the sole there says Mondo on the bottom, and there is an absolutely accurate grip on the bottom there that you would find on maybe the sole of a pair of Caterpillar boots. Again, really nice, does the job. The only issue is the articulation, guys, but the boots certainly do the job. Moving up to the trousers, they are movie accurate. They have all of these little patches all in the right places. The only issue again is the lack of weathering. They're just not weathered enough. There's no weathering. They're fresh out of dry cleaners. They're fresh off the shelf. It does have this kind of reflective effect on here where they're supposed to be zips. I think in the movie these are supposed to be zips, which is, it's just material put in there to give off a reflective effect. Does it do the job? Not really to look like zips, but from a distance, I suppose, sitting on yourself, it absolutely does the job. But like I said, I'm just trying to sort the lighting out there, guys. Like I said, overall they are movie accurate. They are a one piece overall, of course, guys. I did say trousers, but I meant to say overalls. And you can see the zip there running up. But overall, they are completely movie accurate. The only issue I have with them and the jacket and pretty much everything else is the lack of weathering. He has a pleather belt on him there. It is very soft. I'm not sure how long it's going to last. And we have a plastic holster, which is absolutely fantastic. I'm delighted that it wasn't done out pleather. It is plastic, which means there's no issues there whatsoever. And just moving around to the back there, you can see the belt again at the back. Completely movie accurate. I think it was that thick in the movie. Moving up to his jacket, if I can get this zip open. I don't think I'll get this zip open right now, guys. I don't like it. I don't like the jacket at all. There we go. It looks very dollish, guys. It doesn't fit him properly. It's too small. It's like they fitted it to the body, but then after they put the other layers on, it just doesn't fit. In some of the promo photos, the jacket's half open and it's showing the fur. I can't get that to work. I can't get it to look like that at all. You can see the pockets there. They are movie accurate. I'm pretty sure they are that size. It's just that the jacket itself just looks very dollish. It's not tailored very well. You can see the collar there goes way, way, way up and just interferes with the hair. Again, just looks like a doll. The jacket does nothing for the figure whatsoever and looks better without the jacket on, which we'll take a look at a bit later on. If I can get this thing to... No, I don't think I can get it off. Give me a second, guys. Maybe I can. No, I'm having a bit of trouble. I don't know if I can get this open. No. We'll just work from here, guys. You can see that the inside of the overalls there, just having a look at the fur, actually, it is just a strip of fur down here to make it look like the whole jacket is lined, which works. It does have the studs, it has the lapels in the right places, and the cuffs and the material at the bottom of the jacket are spot on. It's just that it's all out of scale. It's just all out of scale, guys, because this, I forgot to mention, the jacket is real leather and it's just completely out of scale. Now we have him with the jacket off. I had to cut, guys, to get the jacket off, and to me he looks far better with the jacket off. He looks less like a doll. He looks a bit more realistic, guys. Yeah, unless I can find a replacement for that jacket, I will be posing without it. Another thing I want to note is you can't get the arms close to the body. That's as close to the body as the arms will go, so he is doing the invisible traps like he's been working out. Nice little bit of detail on the suit, though, or on the jumpsuit. Yeah, you can see all the patches and all the detail in all the right places. If I can just get focused in, there we go, or zoomed in, should I say. You can see all the patches in all the right places. You can see that it does have the drawstring at the back, which is a nice attention to detail. Overall, it fits really nice. You can see the little bits of detail there in the pockets and more of that reflective stuff. And then he has those little, I don't know, hook things there, the material there that he hooks items onto, which I think is movie accurate. I can't really remember. Let me get the zip down on this if I can. There we go. And then on the inside, He has his grey t-shirt just like he does in the movie. It's very, very light material. It's not the best material in the world or the most convincing. It definitely doesn't look like a cotton t-shirt like he's wearing in the movie. And then underneath it, it's not actually a full t-shirt underneath. It's just stitched to the collar of the grey t-shirt. And it's all sitting up a bit too high, in my opinion. Just looking at his neck there, can you see on camera? I'm not sure. It is painted. There is a bit of pink painted onto his neck there, which is a nice little bit of attention to detail. Trying to get the jumpsuit down, like in some of the promo pictures of it folded down, is next to impossible, guys. I tried every which way to try and get that jumpsuit to come down, and you'd have to pretty much strip him down, strip his boots off and take his belt off and work it down that way, which I wasn't willing to do. So without further ado, I suppose if I can just move this out of the way, and we'll have a zoom in. There we go, and we'll take a look at this head sculpt. Personally, I think it's a bit of a downgrade from the promo, from the prototype. I think the nose is way off to what the prototype was showing us. The eyes are slightly more off as well. The eyebrows aren't painted very thick. They don't look very well. But I just think there's a bit of a downgrade. I think the likeness is lost somewhere in that translation. And I have older, like I said, I have older Kurt Russell figures that I think are likeness wise on par, if not slightly better than this 2024 figure, which is most bizarre. Just looking at his beard there, molded quite well. I'm quite impressed with it. I'm quite happy with it. The only issue is I don't think it's dry brushed enough. I think there should be a lighter tone of brown dry brushed all over his beard, and especially all over his hair as well. I think his hair is slightly too dark. Just looking at the eyebrows there, you can see that they are painted a little bit too soft, but the hair mold itself, you can see, looks really well. It's just, as I said, it's just a little bit too dark. I think there should be a really light brown dry brush over all of that hair just to lighten it up a little bit. As for the mold on the hair, to me it looks absolutely spot on. It looks great. You can see how wavy it is. You can see that it's a mess. It's all over the place. You can see that there is some deep crevices in it, and it's highlighted reasonably well with that little bit of dry brushing on it, but like I said, it just should be a lighter tone of dry brush. As for the expression, you can see he has that angry expression on his face, like he's ready for business. The teeth are painted okay, I suppose, but like I said, just not really the best likeness for him. I think they lost it somewhere along the way. And I think the secondary head sculpt, the Frosty MacReady, as I call it, is slightly better, and we'll move on to that in just a second. Just looking at the beard again there, guys, I like it. I think it looks well. Is it thicker than it is in the film? I don't think so. I think it's about the right thickness. Looking at the hairline there, where the hair meets the hairline, it looks really nice. I like the shadowing it's created, how it's separated away from the head as well. And it looks really well. And we have the secondary head sculpt here, or the Frosty MacReady, as I call him. I prefer this one. I don't know, maybe it's just that iconic look more for me, that I remember him having the frosty beard and the frosty hair more than any other look. And it looks slightly more like him for me. I think the nose is slightly more accurate. The eyes are slightly more accurate as well, and because he's a bit frosty, the fact that the eyebrows are a little bit lighter, I don't know, it just helps that he's frosty everywhere, that the eyebrows don't look as underpainted or as soft as on the other sculpt. The hair is pretty much identical to the previous sculpt. So not much to say there, but overall, I do think that this is the better head sculpt to use. Unfortunately, I have a dilemma though. Using this head sculpt, I'll have to use the jacket, because he wasn't outside, as far as I can remember, at any point without the jacket on him. So on another point of contention I want to add, guys, as well, is and a lot of people have probably been saying it already, his blue hoodie. Where is his blue hoodie, guys? He's supposed to have a blue hoodie on underneath all of that, and no, it didn't come with him. So they could have at least, stitched the hood on, not put the hoodie on, but stitched the hoodie on, and I think it would have looked more accurate. Just looking at the two head sculpts side by side, guys. For me personally, I prefer the one on the right. Just looking at the standard head sculpt, again, it's okay, but it's a bit of a downgrade from the prototype. And then we have this head sculpt here, again for me a bit of a downgrade, but slightly better. Yeah, so there we have it, guys. There is the Mondo Toys R.J MacReady from the 1982 movie The Thing. So if you made it this far, guys, thank you very much for watching, and please hit that like and subscribe, and keep your eye out for future content. I'm going to leave you with some photographs now, guys, so please enjoy. Take care. Oh, and if you want to see my review on the Sideshow Jack Burton or the Sideshow Snake Plissken, they will be coming up soon, so keep your eyes peeled for them. Thanks. And speaking of which, I'll just do a quick side-by-side with himself and his other Kurt Russell counterparts. Both the other figures, the Jack Burton and the Snake Plissken, are by Sideshow. Snake Plissken being about 10 years old, I think it was 2014, and if I'm not mistaken, Jack Burton being 2018. In my opinion, the Jack Burton looks more like Kurt Russell than any of the other ones, but you can see the skin tone on the thing on the R.J MacReady, to me, is way closer to Kurt Russell's and more appropriate to the film, because he is much paler in the Arctic as he is in the thing. So yeah, height wise they are all identical. If I can just take them off their stands, I'll just put him against the wall there in case he falls over. This guy's going to be a bit of a nuisance to get off the stand, so just give me a second. Yeah, as I was saying, the Snake Plissken is 2014 and the Jack Burton is 2018. There we go. As you can see, height comparison, they all look pretty identical in height. It's just, you can see the arm length difference there now. With the MacReady figure, his arms to me are just way too short, and that really lets you know there, looking at them all side by side. Yeah, to me the Jack Burton looks the most like Kurt Russell, and that was the one that was made in 2018. So I don't know, guys, you decide. I know the Snake Plissken one doesn't really look like him, but we all know who he is just because of the outfit he's wearing. A 2.0, I would really like a 2.0 of Snake, or even Hot Toys to do a Snake Plissken. I don't think we'll ever see another Jack Burton, and I definitely think Sideshow are going to do an R.J MacReady, and in my opinion you should wait for Sideshow to do it, because I'm not totally impressed with this figure, to be honest. So as I said, pictures coming up, and thank you very much for watching, and please hit that like and subscribe. Thanks.
This is US Station 31. You read me? Found something in the ice. We need some help down here. Can anybody hear me? We found something. We found something. We found something.
12 men have just discovered something. For 100,000 years, it was buried in the snow and ice. Now it has found a place to live. Inside. Where no one can see it, or hear it, or feel it.
I know I'm human. Some of you are still human. This thing doesn't want to show itself. It wants to hide inside an imitation. It'll fight if it has to, but it's vulnerable out in the open. If it takes us over, then it has no more enemies. Nobody left to kill it. And then it's won.
You guys gonna listen to Gary? We can beat